Miss Michelle, gather your young friends and bring them on up here. All children, come on up here. And Mr. Dan, would you come up here too? Come on up here, everybody. Come on, you guys want to come on right over here. Miss Michelle, do you have everybody? I want to introduce you to somebody that's very special. A couple of you have met Mr. Dan before, right? Come on, are you guys scared of him? Get over here. He is not frightening at all, at least not my experience. You guys, this is a really good friend of mine. His name's Mr. Dan Boobin. And what is he holding there? A guitar, yes. Now, first of all, before we talk about the guitar and what Mr. Dan does, I want to tell you that he actually grew up in this church just like all of you guys. He grew up, he was an acolyte. He carried the cross up like Jacob you have. And he was actually telling me just before church that one time when he carried the cross up, he put it down and it didn't go well. It went down. Well, now Mr. Dan, that he's older and he really loves music and he plays guitar. He's playing guitar for us this morning. And he plays all around the area here with a full band, but he didn't bring his band today. He's just going to play with Mr. Greg, which is awesome also. But I thought maybe he could tell us a little bit about his guitar and how his guitar works. You guys, do you know how guitars work? Can you tell us a little bit about how your guitar works, Mr. Dan?
Sure. There's strings. See these strings? They're all strung up and wired through some holes in here, and then you hit it. And this big body down here resonates the sound that you get when you hit these strings. It makes a sound like that. That's pretty much the way it works.
There's what, 6 strings there?
There's 6 strings. You tune them up to a key. Each one sounds different. And when you put your hands together in a way to make a chord, you get the sound pretty.
Now you make that look very easy.
Or you can get the
putting your
sound
fingers there.
mean. Mean too.
So you said you could play mean sounds. What kind of songs would you play if you were in an angry mode or a mean mode? Would you play music on your guitar if you felt like that way?
Yeah, I would.
What would you play?
I'd play this.
Is that good mean music? Does that sound like good? Would you like that kind of music if you're mad about something? I know that my 3 get mad. Do you guys ever get mad? Alexandra, do you get mad sometimes? Good, yeah.
Good.
I'm going to think about that music next time one of you 3 get mad. Miss Michelle, do you ever get mad? How about, do you have music that you play when you're just like really excited and really happy?
Happy music?
Yeah.
Sound, huh?
Yeah. Mr. Dan plays a style of music called blues primarily, and so it has a kind of a unique sound that we don't hear like on our pop radio very much.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
How about you guys? Can you sit here in the first couple rows? Because when I do the sermon here and Mr. Dan plays, I want you guys to be able to see it really well. So, Miss Michelle, do you want to sit here in the first couple rows so you can see really well, guys? Do you have any questions for Mr. Dan? I love spontaneous questions. Jacob, did you have a question? Okay, no questions. Very good, very good. We'll transition here to the fuller sermon, although I think sometimes you guys all get more of a kick out of the children's sermon version of things. But I do want to introduce you all to Dan Boobin, a good friend and a part of our church here. I've gotten to know Dan and his wife Heather really well for the last year and a half when we got ready for their wedding last fall. When is it? It's coming up here, right?
Yeah.
Anniversary.
October 3rd, yeah.
That was a test.
Yeah.
You passed it. So my experience with Dan is I got to know him like meeting in my office and talking with he and Heather. But then he plays all around the area. He plays as far as Ohio, New York, and all around. And I went to see him play, and I told him afterwards that seeing him play was like seeing the fullness of who he was. Like, I didn't know it at the time, but meeting him in my office was part of it, and seeing him play was like the fullness of all that he is. It was a really cool experience for me, and so I'm really excited that he's here to be with us this morning. And he'll be available for you guys to talk with after church, too. He brought some CDs. He has a CD called Open Roads that's out a couple years ago, and then a new one that's just coming out this month, and you've got some copies of that with you. You can buy it on iTunes, for those of you who are tech savvy enough to pull that one off, or Amazon. I think it's on Amazon, too, or some digital ways of getting it. Both of them are really great albums, and you're going to play a song off of the new album here right now for us in our last week of this summer concert series, or summer music sermon series. And again, the point of this is just to hear music that we hear around in our world every day, and figure out that God's in that too. God's not just in the hymn we just sang, but God's in everything. God's in all the music that Dan writes, all the music that we hear. And so we're going to hear this song that he wrote off of his new album called Forever Yours. But first, can you tell us, just musically, don't give away the words yet, can you say it a little bit musically about how this song came to you?
Well, my dad is a lifelong musician, and he had a band that was called Fourth and Main. And so musically, I always pictured, and they did a lot of harmony work and sang harmonies, and I always pictured, now there's no harmonies going on today, I'm just here singing, but the idea was like a soul doo-wop kind of throwback thing where guys are like snapping fingers on the corner of Fourth and Main and Midland and under a lamppost and just singing harmonies together like they did back in the day. So that was where the music came from for the idea of the song.
So this is a 60s-ish doo-wop song.
Kind of, yeah.
Written in your 2016 blues sound.
Yes.
Awesome. All right. Let's listen. Let's hear it, if you could perform for us. And I thought Greg was actually going to do the harmonies, but you're just going to play the K-on. That's fine.
No
All right.
harmonies? Okay. All right.
Why you messing with my mind? I'm in a cool ex-young crying. We both know your heart on my patient love. I'm a fool for your love. I'm fighting restless nights, and the days can be rough. Wrap your arms around me, 'cause darling, I'm praying that love will be enough to pay. You're the angel in my dreams, blind of my eyes. You're all that I see in your kiss, like heaven in the skies. The trouble I'm in took me by surprise. I'm fighting restless nights, and the days can be rough. Wrap your arms around me, 'cause darling, I'm praying that love will be enough. Hard time, baby, you've been playing me for sure. I'm here to tell you I never walked out that door. My heart forever is yours, forever yours.
Thank you.
I love that song. I do love that song a whole lot. When I heard him play it at Blocktown, that was a great song. Just a couple quick things. Dan plays in a full band. He plays some acoustic sets with just him and another guy in his band, Sean. Plays around the area. Check out his website. He'll be having the CD release party on the 16th at the Pittsburgh Winery, and it's actually been in our bulletin. We've been advertising a little bit, so it'd be great if you came. So let's talk about this song. You guys all have the lyrics here. Dan, stay here. You guys stay here. You can't go run away on me yet. Don't go off. We got to talk about this thing you wrote.
Talk about, yep.
Yeah. So, congregation, what do you think this song's about? Tell me what you got out of this song. And if you're in the Bible studies or my kids, keep your mouth shut for a minute. Because you all know what this song's about. Tell me what you heard in these lyrics. So Dan wrote the song, the words, everything. What did you get out of it? Love. Tell me more about that love. Who do you think that person is in this song? He's interested too in what you got out of it. Because God's a boy. Never know, right? Human relationship, wife, girlfriend. Who else has some thoughts? Yes, Donna. Yeah, it feels like there's some strife more on her side than it is on his side, yeah. You're on the right path there, yeah? Yeah. It's a tense relationship. Who else has some thoughts? In the back there, anyone in the balcony? You music people in the choir loft, what do you think? Yes. Oh, I thought you were raising your hand there. You're just recognizing that you're up there.
You asked how I thought of the music I was singing.
Oh, okay, it was a thumbs up. Good. Yeah. Yeah, what's your funny thought? Yeah. Hope that she comes around. And I really like your second thing you said there about there's like this steadfastness on him that he's going to stick there. And you're sure she will come around in the end, huh? Yes. So Dan, tell us about where this song came from in your heart. What did you write this about?
It's a father-daughter relationship, and
right.
yeah, it's my good friend who I write a lot of songs with. He had a daughter who actually goes to daycare here, and just hearing him talk to me about the struggles of it all and not knowing what he's doing and just being scared and hoping, but he knows wholeheartedly how he just, he loves her and just hopes that his love's enough to do the right thing and make the right choices and through all the struggle of being a father. So that's what it's about is that relationship.
For those who are parents, the song really resonates for me. I love this song and how it speaks to that reality. Cecilia, do you know the little girl's name this song might be about? Flora, yes. That's one of Cece's friends down there. So she's called this the Flora song because it's about Flora. So it really speaks to this beautiful relationship. The struggle of being in relationship with each other, especially for kids, but just in all of our relationships, it can be a real struggle to be in relationship with people. I do really enjoy, you pointed out there, this, how Roman spoke to you about just not letting go of this relationship, even though kids are crazy, and the wonder I think that a lot of parents have about are they enough? Are they good enough? Will they be there enough? And this deep love inside.
Yep.
So as I've heard this song over the last couple of weeks, and especially this week as I've been thinking about it, this song made me think about a passage in the Scriptures that we've all heard a bunch of times probably, from Matthew's Gospel. It's the Sermon on the Mount, so this is a long grouping of sayings that Jesus says, and it's kind of near the end of it, and he's kind of doing rapid-fire different topics. And all of a sudden he kind of hits on this topic about parents and kids. And it's funny because the Scriptures don't speak very much about the relationship between parents and their children, it's just, there aren't a whole lot of passages to speak about what the dynamics were like, except for Jesus hits on this small little passage. And he says, while he's teaching, he says, "Is there anyone among you, if your child asks for bread, will give it a stone? Or if the child asks for a fish, will give it a snake? Or you then, who are evil, and if you know how to give good gifts to your children, how much more will your Father in heaven give good things to those who ask him?" I think about my kids over there, and they're all perfect angels, so there's never any bad moments with them. But when my kids ask me for things, I try to give it to them as much as I can. I mean, within limits. Jacob wanted an iPad, and I didn't give him an iPad, but yet. But we try to care for those. All the parents I know are just amazing parents who try to do the best they can for their kids. And they are just like the words of this song where they're wondering if it's enough. And I love this moment in the scriptures where Jesus uses this analogy of how we love our kids, and that's the way God loves us. But not only like the fallible way in which we love our kids, wondering and kind of messing up here and there, but God loves us in this sort of complete, holistic, never failing, never getting it wrong, overwhelming sort of way. God doesn't wonder like if our love is enough. God overwhelms us with God's love. God's love is enough. And so I've been thinking about that with this song this week. And so my final question to Dan this week when I asked him, I said, so how does this song then resonate with you as now a father yourself? You don't have a daughter, you have a son, little Mateo.
Yeah.
So have you felt like it has been true even now?
Yeah. I think, I'm happy with it. Yeah, it feels true. It feels right. Yeah. I wrote it before I had a son, or was a father, so I think I got it.
Yeah. And there's kind of a sequel out to this song about your experience with Mateo called The Struggle Is Real.
Yeah, there is.
That'll be for you to check out on his new album. But
Yep.
Dan, thank you so much for coming today.
Thank you so
thanks
much.
be to
Thank
God
you, guys.
for the series, and just really thankful.
Thanks so
Thank
much.
you. Thank you. All right, you can go back to your seat. You don't need to be up in front any longer. Let's finish with a prayer after Dan gets back to his seat. Let us pray. Lord God, we give you thanks for the gift of music and all of the many places that we experience it in life. We give thanks for those who write music and offer up their poetry and their way of looking at the world in ways that it invites us into understanding the world in new and different ways. We give you thanks for children, for those we have or for those we just get to enjoy that are other people. And we ask that in this moment we are reminded that we are all your children and that you love us completely, never-endingly, and holistically. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. All right, young people, you can go back to your seats. Thank you for coming up here. Did you like Mr. Dan's music? Yeah. All right, go back to your seats.